So this week I'm going to do 2 parts, and first I'm going to start off by showing you how to do a nice dark glittery smoky eye. So this is just a little bit of a glam moment before we get into the superhero face painting and all that, because I just imagine Batwoman to have dark smoky eyes and I want to add glitter to it. So let's get into it. So I'm just starting off using an eye primer. You can use a concealer for this, so don't feel like you need an eyeshadow base or anything like that. I'm just going on with a flat brush, going underneath the eyebrows and covering the lid, just like so. You want to pat it on and make sure you're covering any skin underneath, and that way you get a blank canvas. Then I'm just going to go in with a little fluffy brush and just pat that over, or you can use your finger, it's up to you, and you just want to get all the creases out. And with this one, it is going to look bad before it gets better, but we just got to trust the process. And now I'm just going to do one eye on camera, because doing the both would just take too long. So I'm just going to take a small, like, dense blending brush, and I'm going to take the black eyeshadow. You can use any black eyeshadow you want, and I haven't set the base, so what I'm going to do is start pressing this black eyeshadow as close to the lash line as possible. And we're going to start darker and work our way up to the lighter transition shades. And just keep patting that on. You don't want to just start blending it in just yet, otherwise it is going to go a little bit patchy. You just want to pat it on until you're happy with the pigment. Working up towards your crease using tiny little tapping motions. And you don't want to take this too high at all, because you can always add black later, you can't take black away. So I'm just going up to where my crease is. Then what I'm going to do is with my brush is I'm going to give it a little wipe on my hand like so. And then just to get rid of any extra product on the brush. And then I'm going to go over the edge and just see how messy it looks, but don't worry. I'm just going to sort of fade it out a little bit. Just so we've got a more, not as harsh line for when we're putting our brown on top. So I'm going to go in with another fluffy brush. I'm going to go in with a darker brown shade. Swirl that in and tap off any excess. And I'm lightly going to go over where the edge of that black just stops. And it doesn't matter if you go over the black, it's fine. Because again, you don't want to take this dark brown too high, because it's going to be hard to blend out otherwise. So I'm going over the black edge, using little circular motions, little swiping motions. I'm just going to keep backing and forth until that black is blended out. Just like so. Just like that. See how it's starting to fade the black out a little bit? And then I'm going to take a bigger fluffy brush. A bigger fluffy brush like this. This one's a little bit dirty, but it's fine. And take a light brown shadow. Swirl that in. Tap off any excess. And go just above where that dark brown shade was. And start blending it out. And I like to wing my eyeshadows out, but you can just keep it rounded. If you're keeping it rounded, just bring it down towards the end of your lash line. And just keep going in, adding a little bit more lighter brown each time. And blending out. So when it comes to a black smoky eye, it does take a lot of back and forth, and just because black can go wrong so easily. And I know that's why everyone like tries to stay away from doing black eyeshadow, but if you take your time, it can be done nice and look really nice. So then I'm going back in with the other fluffy brush, the dark brown shade. I'm just going back in the crease and blending the eyeshadows together. This is just to sort of merge the black eyeshadow with the lighter brown. But again, don't worry about it too much, because we are going to go over it with like a silvery black glitter. I don't know if you can see, it's like this colour. So yeah, there's no stress about being too neat. And then what I like to do before I put my glitter on the eye is the inner corner highlight, just cause once you put the glitter on and then you start trying to add eyeshadows over it, it goes everywhere. So I'm just taking a tiny little bullet brush. You literally can't even see it, it's that small. You don't have to use this one this small, I just can't find my usual one. I'm just going to take a light shimmery shade and pop that on the inner corner just to brighten the eye back up a little bit, and just blend it into the eyeshadows on top. And as well, once you're happy with the blend is when you should put your glitter on. Do not try and start blending the transition shades and stuff after you put glitter on. So for the glitter, I'm taking a little glitter primer. This one's from NYX. I'm just taking it on a flat brush. This is just a really old brush that I got off eBay. I'm just going to pat all over where we've put the black with the glue. Starting off close to the lash line. And you always want to look down when you're doing your eyeshadow, so you get a full view of your eyelid. And up towards the crease. And it doesn't have to be neat because I'm not doing like a cut crease or anything. Just like so. And then I'm going to take the glitter, take the lid off. I'm going to tap a little bit into the lid. This is it, can you see? It's like grey, bluey, black colour. So then I'm going to look down and just using the same brush, start tapping that glitter all over. And I find that if you use the same brush that you used to put your glitter down, I mean your glue down for the glitter, you get a little bit less fallout. So I'm just taking it up, right up towards the crease. And you don't have to go this extra with the glitter, I'm just doing it for the purposes of the look. But you can always just leave it as the black smoke. And just pat it out, trying to fade the glitter a little bit so it's not too harsh. Like so. Cool. So I know I said don't blend after you've done an eyeshadow, but I'm gonna break the rules. So just using a tiny bit more black just on this outer corner here because it wasn't really dark enough for me winged effect. I'm just gonna lightly brush over and take the brush with the dark brown on and fix the tail, and then with the other brush with the transition shade just go back over and make sure it's blended. So that is the top of this eye done. I'm going to do this eye and I'll be right back. Right, so I've now done the other eye, so this is what the two eyes look like. So I'm going to do the underneath. So I'm just taking this little concealer from Collection and popping it underneath the eyes a little bit. And this is just going to act as the base for our shadow underneath. And then using the brush from before that we used to blend out the base on our eyes, I'm just going to use that to blend out underneath and just clean up the edges a little bit. See what it's done, just like sharpens it just a little bit. But yeah, just blend this concealer into the skin. And same on this side, just blend it up. Because you want your eyeshadow to be flicking upwards and into the skin. So I'm just going to take a black pencil liner and I'm going to line the waterline. Just because I want to keep the eyes looking really, really dark. So blend that. And you want to make sure you get them right in between all your lower lashes. So I'm just using a little flat brush like this, or you can use a bullet brush, whichever you have at home. And again, I'm starting with the darkest colour, so I'm going in with the black, tapping off the excess. I'm going to blend that into the lash line as close to as possible, getting right in between all them bottom lashes. I'm making sure to connect it with the eyeshadow on top. And do the other side. I'm going to go in with another little bullet brush and go in with the dark brown and mix a tiny bit of the light brown in. So mixing the two transition shades together and just go underneath where we've put that black. And keep remembering to tap off any excess to prevent as much fallout as possible. And you don't really want to go over the black, you want to try and stay a little bit under it, because otherwise you'll end up just blending the black far too far down. I'm just going to go in with a clean blending brush with a tiny bit of the light brown, and almost as if it's like flat to the skin, just blend underneath and all the way up. A little bit more, just to make it look a little bit more seamless and blend into the skin a bit more. All this needs now is some lower lash mascara. I've wanted to put my top lash mascara on and maybe a pair of false lashes if that's what you want to wear. So I'm just going to finish my face off and then I'll show you the full cohesive look before I end this video. So this is the finished look. Obviously this is heading and leading into a Batwoman themed face painting video, hence the black lipstick. But yeah, this is the finished look and I hope you like it. I hope you can recreate something similar. Bye!